morning, YouTube. It's your boy Trucker Doc back with another video for you guys. It is currently 12:30 in the morning. We're about to go ahead and get started. We're gonna start off with my pre-trip, and then we're gonna hit the road. Got to deliver this load down in Pruitt, New Mexico today, and then pick up our load going up to Portland from Albuquerque today. So we're gonna go ahead and get an early start today and get it started. Check in with your boy. If you haven't already, like, comment, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see y'all a little bit. YouTube, good morning. Oh man, so it is 12:58 in the morning. Got the pre-trip done. We are currently in Colorado, just outside Pueblo, probably about 50 miles south on I-25 of Pueblo. We're headed down to Pruitt, New Mexico to drop a load. We're about to get started. And you guys might notice from the video that I have a new truck, and I'll explain that a little bit later in the video. But yeah, I do have a new truck. It's a 2024 Kenworth T680 next gen. Actually ended up leaving the company I was at, which I'm going to get into a little bit later. But let's go ahead and hit this highway and get down to Pruitt. Deliver this load. Sorry, had my coffee, guys. Gonna deliver this load, and then we have another load picking up going to Portland, Oregon from Albuquerque. So it's gonna be a good day. Gonna be a good day. Truck is fueled up, and we're ready to go. So yeah, I mean, if you guys haven't already, go ahead and hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. Also hit your notification bell to let you know when a new video is going to be dropping. I'm going to be dropping more daily vlog videos. Not too much daily, but more often, more frequent. So we're headed off, and we're about to exit out of this Love's. Now, this was a pretty good Love's, I must admit. It's been a while since I've been up on I-25. Up in Colorado, and this wasn't here the last time I came here, so it's a nice little Love's. Nice parking, easy parking, a lot of space to back in. So I was nice. It was nice to find this, especially when I was run out of time. I was hoping to make it to Las Vegas, New Mexico, but didn't get down there. But we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna roll out. Like I said, you know, this Love's, it was clean, it was nice, it was, you know, everything you expect, you know, from a decent truck stop. So I was pleasantly surprised. Now, it could be because it was a new truck stop. I don't know, but hey, hopefully you can keep this way. So we're just gonna exit off, and it's an easy entrance into this truck stop and easy exit off. So that's another plus too. We are getting started. So yeah, guys, I ended up leaving Melton, and I left Melton for the simple fact that the money wasn't there like originally stated by the recruiters and by various people that I have talked to. It wasn't there. Oop, listen, gotta keep going down, guys. So I ended up leaving and going to Central Oregon Truck Company, and ran there for a month. Then an opportunity for me to lease the truck came up, and I ended up leasing my truck that I'm in right now, and I ended up going back to Swift Transportation. That is right, I ended up going back to Swift, and as I stop and have more time to kind of dive into that, I'll tell you guys why I went back to Swift, what was my reasoning behind it. And yeah, I mean, it's pretty simple, but we'll get into that a little bit later. But for now, we're just gonna go ahead and we're gonna hit this highway, and I'll check in with you guys in a little bit. So yeah, let's go. Hey YouTube, we are shut down for the day. So now I'm gonna take some time to kind of explain to you guys why I moved and why I came back to Swift. Sorry for the noise in the background. My truck is actually gonna start. This is doing its auto start. So ultimately it came down to comfort. So I am more comfortable here at Swift. I know a lot of people at Swift. I've built a lot of relationships here at Swift, and it's where I felt comfortable. In a sense, where I felt more the happiest. So I decided to make the move back to Swift Transportation, and be a lease operator with them again. So that's why I have a 2024 Kenworth T680. If you guys remember from any of my past videos, I had a yellow 23 Kenworth T680 the last time I was here at Swift. Now I currently have a yellow 24 T680. So like I said, it all comes down to just comfort, and I know what I can do here. I know what I can make here. And you know, I say this in a lot of my videos, guys, everybody's journey is not the same. Everybody's going to take different journeys, different paths to get to their end goal. And my journey just happens to go back through Swift. I've never once on any of my videos stated that Swift was a bad company. I've never once stated in any of my videos that I had any super negative or bad times with Swift. Of course, with every company, you're going to have your ups and downs. I had my ups with Prime, and I had a whole lot of downs with Prime. I actually lost a lot of money when I went over to Prime. And that's nothing against Prime. It's nothing against anything like over there. That's just the way it was. After Prime, I went to Melton. I enjoyed the training. They have one of probably the best flatbed training programs out there of any flatbed company. It's a 2-week class. They teach you everything you need to know about securement, and I really enjoyed. I learned a lot. I met some really cool people that I actually do stay in contact with. But I had to leave Melton. I was not making what was stated that I would make based off of the miles I was running. And for me, I think the adjustment, actually, let me keep going. So with Melton, I would be out for, you know, I was there for 3 months, and I was out that in pretty much that entire 3 months, and would rarely see a check over $1,000 or $1,100. I think the biggest check that I made at Melton was probably about $1,200. That's nothing against Melton. Like I said, they have one of the best flatbed training programs that I have researched and seen. So after that, you know, I went over to Central Oregon Truck Company. Now, they do require you to have 1 year of OTR experience. It doesn't have to be flatbed. It doesn't have to be one specific division. It just has to be a year of verifiable OTR experience. So obviously I did have that. As you guys know, and people that have been following me have known, I've been driving for 3 years. So I went over there. They start everybody out at 64 cents per mile. That's what you make, 64 cents per mile. There's no increases. And that's kind of the reason that was just stuck in the back of my head. Like, there's no real room for advancement financially. If you're stuck at a certain rate, you can't move forward. You're going to be stuck there. And again, this is nothing against Central Oregon. It's the way they do it. When they stated to me the rate, and I did know this beforehand going into there, I knew what the rate was. I knew that there wasn't going to be anything extra, just based off of, I thought I could get over it. I thought I could do it. And it was just in the back of my mind a lot that, I'm really not going to advance financially. What I really want to eventually become, or what I want to do in my trucking career. So there were other things as well. It's just certain things that they abide by, I don't believe as a truck driver should have to do. Meaning they are a chain and go company. Now, a lot of these companies out here now, they do not want you to chain. And I believe if you have the experience, I've went through 3 different winters, and I choose not to chain. That's my choice as a driver. That's what I feel safe doing, is not chaining. So with that being said, being a chain and go company, basically if there's a chain law in effect and you need to put chains on, they expect you to put chains on. And I believe that a company should not dictate what a driver feels comfortable with doing. And that was a real big thing that I just could not shake and would not shake. And obviously other things like having to use their fuel routing and having to use their routing. Now, for most of you guys coming into the game, you're going to have to use your company's route anyway. But for me, being a lease operator, being able to choose my own routes, choose what highways I want to take, being able to choose what fuel stops I'm going to, it was hard for me to adjust to being told I need to go here, I need to do this. They are also a forced dispatch company as well. Melton was a forced dispatch company as well, which means they send you a load. If you have the hours to run it, you run it. It doesn't matter where it's going, doesn't matter what it is, you got to run it. It's forced. And I think that was my biggest issue, was being forced to do something. Again, coming from being a lease operator where I pick where I want to go. I dictate my business, and having to go back to company and kind of, fall in line, so to speak. I couldn't shake that. And I think that's why I jumped from Melton thinking it would be better at Central Oregon, and it really wasn't. The same thing, same bull, all that stuff. So I received a call from a planner. It was actually a driver manager. It was a reefer driver manager with Swift Transportation. He was calling me, I was on a rehire list, and he basically just said, was talking to me about Swift, and it was like, yeah, I already know. He's like, you are rehireable. We would love for you to come back, and we'll enjoy for you to come back and run for us. And after talking and thinking and going through it back and forth, I decided to go ahead and fill out the application. And I worked with my old recruiter, who sold me my first 2 trucks over at Swift, my black Freightliner and then my yellow Kenworth. And we were able to get everything expedited and get everything moving in the right fashion. Got approved, got everything. I knew it was going to be no issue or anything like that. So I was able to get approved. Dropped the truck off in Redmond, Oregon, and rented a car. Loaded up the car, drove straight down to Phoenix, Arizona, to Swift, joined Swift, got my truck, signed my lease, and took my first load that next day. Now, there were some kind of, I wouldn't say stipulations, but there were some kind of things that I wanted back from Swift that I had previously. One being that I would be based out of the Phoenix terminal. I really enjoy working with those guys. They are really helpful. They're really supportive. So that was number one. Number two was to be under my same driver leader that I had. And the reason I wanted to be under the same driver leader that I had was because I worked with this person for 2 years, you know, from when I first started lease, and he just became a driver leader. So I just became lease, he just became a driver leader. So I wanted the same driver leader. Unfortunately, he is now a fleet leader, which congratulations to him. But he did put me with one of his trusted driver managers that he said would be pretty great. And as of yet, my new driver manager is pretty great. Great communication, which is important in being the lease, and communicating with what your business needs are and what Swift needs, and being able to compromise and come to that middle ground. So really happy with the team that I have behind me, with the Phoenix terminal, with my driver manager, fleet leader, and also the owner-operator division. So I'm really happy with the choice that I made. But those were the only two real stipulations that, and like I said, I'm not going to call them stipulations, because those are the only two requests that I had in me going back to Swift. So fast forward a couple days, took my first load, picked it up in Phoenix, drove that to Golden, Colorado. It was empty kegs. So I drove that up to Golden, dropped that off at Coors. If any of you drivers out there ever been there, you know exactly where I'm talking about. And then had another load picking up in Denver. It was a load of like recycled cardboard to go back to a paper mill in Pruitt, New Mexico. Again, if any of you guys ever delivered to BioPropel, you know exactly where I'm talking about. So I ended up taking both those loads. So it was a nice little, you know, a nice easy transition back from what I was doing with flatbed in Central Oregon to coming over back to dry van, being able to get some miles in and, you know, make some money. And then now, I know earlier in the video I did state that I was going from Albuquerque to Portland. Unfortunately, and this is where it comes back to being able to choose where I want to go. I really did not want to go to Portland. And so, you know, I messaged the planners back like, hey, I really don't want to go to Portland. I'm trying to go back east. Is there anything out east that I can go, or anywhere that I need to relocate myself? And a lot of the freight that they had going east was down in El Paso, Texas. So I deadheaded down to El Paso, Texas. It was 300 miles deadhead that I'm going to eat in fuel costs. And I'm going to explain why I'm going to eat that. But I got a load. It's a great load. It's going from El Paso, Texas, all the way to South Carolina, 1,500 miles. So it was well worth that initial eating of the fuel. Now, when I say I had to eat the fuel, meaning I drove 300 plus miles empty, not under an order, seeking a different area, a better area. Now, I don't always do that, but if the area is dead where I'm currently at, I typically will, again, this is where your driver manager and terminal and fleet leader all come in handy with you. You give them a call up like, hey, the area I'm currently at is kind of dead in the direction that I want to go. What area would be best suited for me to go ahead and relocate to be able to get a decent load? And they told me El Paso has a lot of eastbound freight. And so they relocated my truck down to El Paso. And probably about 10-15 minutes later, after they relocated my truck, I received that load. So the gamble paid off this time. They don't always pay off. Sometimes you can lose your ass, and hoping for something different in a different area, and you can just, you know, but This one, you know, gladly it did pay off. Now, I did not put fuel in for that deadhead. I ran off of the fuel that I currently had in the truck. But that is fuel that I'm not gonna get back. If you're following me. So go pick up that load tomorrow. And you guys are actually gonna go on that load with me from start to finish. So from when I start my day, and every day, I'm gonna do some recording, some driving videos, some talking while I'm driving videos, some backing possibly, and you're gonna go on the ride with me for this journey. I can already tell you that I'm basically gonna take I-20 straight across to Atlanta, get on 285, bypass Atlanta, get on 85, boom, it's right there. I'm going to Abbeville, South Carolina. It's like right on the Georgia South Carolina border. So that's where we're delivering. Delivery time is on the 19th, and I have from 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. to go ahead and deliver that load. So we plan on getting there early on the 19th and delivering that load, which the 19th is a Tuesday. And for those of you guys that are leasing with Swift, that is the end of their pay period. Is 5 p.m. Tuesday on Mountain Daylight Time. So my hope is to go ahead and deliver that load and get another short load, or maybe do some local runs. That way I can get some more decent miles going in before pay period ends. Always trying to maximize my clock, always trying to maximize my week, always trying to maximize my days. That's the key to being a successful lease operator. And that's the mindset that I'm going into this with. So that's basically the last year in a nutshell, from when I left Swift Transportation to when I came back. And it's actually a year and a month. So I left Swift on August 8th of 2022. Was it 2022? Yes. So I left Swift in August of 2022, and I rejoined Swift in September 8th. So literally day for day. So I left August 8th, returned back September 8th, a year later, and I'm back at Swift. And my goal for this is to buy this truck and get the title, and from there we'll see if I stay contracted with Swift. If I decide to get my own authority, who knows? That's a while off. Right now, all my plans is to stay at Swift, to run Swift Freight, and to continue to build on the relationships that were already built on previously. So that's all for this video, you guys. I definitely want to thank you all for tuning in. I'm actually gonna go ahead and lay it down and get some sleep. I also would, guys, before I let you go, I'm also going to do a truck tour video for you guys, and I'm also going to start doing more Settlement Fridays videos for you as well. So tune in for that. And like I said, for you guys that stuck through and watched the entire video, thank you. If you haven't already, like the video, comment down below, hit your subscribe button if you have not subscribed to the channel, and hit that notification bell to let you know when a new video will be dropping, which will be more often. So until next time, YouTube, I definitely want to thank you guys. Much appreciated, all the support, all the subscribers, all the guys that have followed me from the beginning. Some of you guys are like, you've been there, you've been there when I was in the hospital, asking about family and all that stuff. So thank you guys for all of that. Continue to build and grow this channel. And again, thank you for tuning in to the best damn trucking YouTube channel on YouTube. So until next time, YouTube, thank you. I appreciate you. And remember, keep that rubber side down and that shiny side up. Peace.